Hey there, it's Kim Walsh Phillips here. I am so stoked to be with you tonight. I have been thinking about this conversation with you so I could spill all the beans. I don't know if you caught it or not, but Monday night was our second episode of being on Bravo's Below Deck. And it was amazing, an amazing experience. And I want to talk to you about the business and life lessons that I got from being on the show. But before I do that, would you go ahead and let me know in the comments where you are tuning in from? Let me know in the comments right now where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching right now, give me one of these. Let me know that you are tuning in as we're all hopping in tonight. So I'm going to share with you some strategies that came out of this whole Bravo experience. And it's been like crazy. We've been officially voted as the nicest, as the nicest guests of any Below Deck franchise. So that's been really cool and exciting. We have Stephanie here. Hey, Stephanie. So glad you could be joining us. You're joining us from Kentucky. And we have Kelly here from Florida. She was with us on that Below Deck trip. And we have Colorado in the house. Whoop, whoop. All right. So I want to go through some strategies around how we utilize this experience, what it was like, some business lessons that came out of it. And then we have some fun announcements as well. Let me show this too. Ooh, Southwest Florida. Awesome. Yay. Okay. So it was about a year ago that I first got contacted by Bravo about going on Below Deck. And we actually were in the middle of a work event at the time. So I started talking to my team, like, who's going to go with me? Who's going to go with me? And we started talking about why would we want to do the show and what would we get out of it. And that's really the first thing I want you to think about is like, we never say yes to things for business about ego. Even though there's things that are like fun to do, exciting to do, we're only going to do it if it's strategy first, right? Strategy first. So the strategy and everything was, okay, we are going to do this if we can get an ROI about it. Is this within the goal that we have for what we're trying to do inside our company? And the goal for our company is to impact more lives. I knew that we were being called to reach more people outside of the people in the marketing space. We were supposed to be reaching people where they are, like television, right? A major network. So when you have opportunities put in front of you, you have to say, okay, is this is this a strategic decision? Will this help accomplish my goals? Is this something we're looking for? And one of our major initiatives this year was to reach people outside of the business and marketing space, because I know, having done local small business marketing, that there's a whole lot of people that don't even know the space exists. Like, they're going to chamber events, networking, they're in the Rotary Club, right? They don't know what, like who a Russell Brunson is or Tony Robbins. They don't know. And so if the only place that I hang out is within those spaces, they're never going to get to experience the things that they should. They're never going to learn the strategy. So I'm like, I need to go to where they are. So when Bravo contacted us, it was like, oh my gosh, this is right within the wheelhouse of what we want to do. This was very strategic. So strategy first, that's every initiative you ever do. Branding is a byproduct of strategy. It is not a leading force. We don't make decisions on ego. We make them on mission and purpose, right? Okay. So, and if you get what I'm saying, if you agree with me, give me one of these right now. Okay. So then, so we're like deciding we're going to do it. Then we get together as a team, like, how can we leverage this? And we're like, okay, we knew we wanted to make sure to get a certain message across. So then that's like step one is the opportunity going to be strategic? Step two, what's the one message I want to leverage? And I see a lot of entrepreneurs jack this up because they are trying to get way too many things out of an opportunity. They're like, we should do this, and they should know about this, and they should know us about this. People can't focus on that many things at one time. We can only get one message across at a time. One. Okay. So we had to decide as a group, what is it that we're going to try to get across? Meanwhile, when I auditioned, she's like, "You got to be funny. You got to be funny." And we're like, "It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm not day drinking today. So how am I going to do this?" But I guess we did well because they picked us for the show. So anyway, as we're going on, we're like, okay, well, what's the big message we want to get across? One idea, one message, and we decided it was going to be that we are successful, but you can be successful and still have a good time. You don't have to be hustle and grind, and you could be nice. Like you don't have to be cutthroat. You could be nice and like each other and still be successful. And I could be a female CEO and be nice to everybody. Like that's not the messaging you typically see. And even though we have wealth, we don't have to talk down to the staff. Like you could be a nice person all the time. So that was our idea. That's how we came up with that idea to break bread together. I believe like I get to know people the best when we share a meal. It comes from this ancient book of wisdom that I read daily that talks about times of breaking bread together. And so I wanted to do that with the crew. And so we got to have that awesome meal. And then we knew we wanted to have an amazing experience, but not treat them anything other than equal to us, the entire staff. Because I think everybody's equal and amazing and humans, and we should all have that experience. So we put that forward. Okay, so that's first. So let's go back up. The truck. Step 1, is it within my strategy? Step 2, what's the one message I'm going to leverage? And step 3, how are we going to put it across? So we had specific strategy or do. Step 4, what's going to happen next? Okay, so anybody watching the show, it was like, okay, well, what do we do next with this messaging? Like, no one's going to watch the show and be like, ding, 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 ding. Who is she? Who's this Kim Walsh Phillips? What's she doing? I'm going to hire her as my coach. Like, people don't make decisions like that. Just like you're not going to watch. Literally, this is a side note, crazy story. I was on vacation last week visiting a friend. And I was in a evening establishment, bar at the hotel that they had. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I was having an evening cocktail before retiring to my room. And a random young person came up to me and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm having a cocktail at the bar." And he's like, "Give me your number." I was like, "What? I didn't even talk to you yet." Like, no, absolutely not. No way am I giving you my number. It was like super weird. Like there was no conversation. I don't know your name. I don't know who you are. Are you an axe murderer? Like what? It was like bypassing every bit of relationship building. And that's what we do as marketers. We're like, well, I was on the show. Shouldn't it just grow my? No, it's not going to grow my business. People might look up my name, but then what happens next? Like, what do we do with that? And so we built out a plan ahead of time of what we're going to do with people when they approach us or when they go visit our site or when they visit my Instagram. And we had a whole marketing strategy in place. So like for my Instagram page, we did use the stories to sometimes just celebrate the show, but sometimes link to my podcast or link to a free gift. I actually put together a free gift just about the show, like 7 strategies that came out of being on the show. That was all so that if somebody's watching it and they're interested, they could get that free gift and join my list. Like it was very strategic. And then we also did ads, and I'm advertising to people who visit my website and are engaged with my Facebook and Instagram page. And we're promoting a podcast. We recorded a podcast episode about the show so we could retarget them and go on there. And we are having pop-ups on our website. So if you visit the website, you can find more about it. So like there's a journey ahead of time, right? Like planned and mapped out. So we know how we're going to leverage it. And I think too often we have these amazing and huge opportunities, but we don't get more out of it because we don't map a plan in place to get most out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing that we did, and I say this is strategy 6, is I'm super clear and defined on who my right fit client is. Even though 1 million people watched our episodes live, 1 million people. I'm not trying to be for everybody. Not like there's a certain person that I work with. It's someone who has a business who wants to scale it. And we've already had people look up my name, buy my book, go and buy a ticket to my upcoming event. Like that's amazing. But I'm still only talking to my right fit client. Like I got to be super clear. Yeah, that's weird. Hold on. Weird moment. I gotta be super clear on who I'm for and who I'm not for, because just because there's a great opportunity, you still want to be clear on your right fit client. So yeah, those are the scoops. I have a really fun video to play for you now, all about the very thing we're talking about. So let me find how I'm going to get this link. And I think I do press. Okay, I'm going to do it. Shift and 8. Is that right? I'm gonna make it. Our mama's gonna figure this out, y'all. Gonna figure this out. Okay, we're gonna make this happen. Isn't that right? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna share it. Thank. Okay, so I don't know why you don't have volume. So let me figure that out. I wonder why. I get that now that you couldn't hear it. Let me figure it out. And do I still have no sound? No, I have sound. So I wonder why that wouldn't work for the sound. Huh. Okay, well, it's all good. What we were sharing with you is that we have an upcoming event called Scale Fast Formula Live. And if you're interested in something like this, like how do we get on a major network show? How did I leverage that to get hundreds of thousands of views? How am I using that in many different ways? A best-selling book and a best-selling book and a best-selling top-ranked podcast. And how did I do all this within 30 days? We have an upcoming event called Scale Fast Formula Live, where you're going to build out your business plan to create this dream opportunity yourself. Like, it's like, what is my dream? I know you have your business now, but what does my dream business look like? And then how can I create that dream business in 30 days in a way that gives me the life that I want? We're talking about how to scale that happens while you sleep and finally get to that market positioning that doesn't rely upon other gurus to grow your business. You get to be the guru. You get to be the celebrity. And how do you get it done in a short period of time? We're going to build this out in a one-day event. I'm so excited. It's the best one-day event I've ever created in my entire life. And I cannot wait to share it with you. And I want to give you, let me see, I'm going to give you the link to go to and the code and all the things. And I'm going to get you all the things. And this is going to be amazing. We're going to find it in just a second. I'm going to do this while I'm talking to you, which is incredible. And I'm horrible at multitasking. So anyway, at this one-day event, we are going to map out your dream business. What does your dream business look like? And where's your business now? And how do we get from here to here? How do you zone in on that dream client? And how do you find a heck of a lot more of that dream client so that you can finally have the business that you love, right? And then we're also going to talk about how do we get your celebrity positioning so that you can have the authority and celebrity that you should always have had, right? Because that's where we stop waiting for other people to tell us what we need to do. We stop waiting for other people to give us permission to grow. And instead we get to decide how we want to grow our business. We get to decide what stages we want to go on. We get to decide how the market position and what our brand is. Okay, here we go. So we are going to do, it is going to be, let me get you both at the same time. It is going to be scalefast5.com. And then it's going to be code GIFT97. So it's scalefastlive.com, and you're going to use a code GIFT97, and that's going to take $400 off of your ticket. And when you take $400 off of your ticket, it brings it down to $97. And you're joining me and Justin Guarini in this one-day event to map out how to take your business from where it is to where you want it to go, how you can get an unlimited number of leads without having to rely upon Facebook or Instagram advertising, and how you claim your celebrity market position. We're also going to talk about how you switch yourself out of your business to get the stop doing all the things you hate to do, and how you get to turn your first client sale into many and multiply your sales. That's what we're going to be talking about at the event at Scale Fast Formula Live. I can't wait to see you there. Get your ticket right now at scalefastlive.com and make sure to use code GIFT97 because you will take $400 off of your ticket. Okay. Now, you do want to get your ticket right away because your our swag is going out tomorrow. And if you don't get in by tomorrow, you don't get any swag. Okay. So you want to get your ticket right now at scalefastlive.com / and use code GIFT97. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for the live. Have an amazing day.